For those of you who wish to expand your orchid collection at very little cost, I'm going to demonstrate an easy way you can attach various types and sizes of orchid segments onto sections of tree fern bark. So please keep watching. Thanks for staying, and lots to do, so let's get started. As I mentioned in the introduction, I'll be using segments of tree fern to mount various orchid cuttings. And we got quite a few sections here. Actually, these started out from 3 segments that we acquired at the last horticultural show in Mandeville, Jamaica, and we've cut them up into smaller segments to accommodate the size of the plants. I'll be using cable ties to attach the orchid segments to the mount. Cable ties are easy to use and they work just as well as other materials such as coated wires or even old stockings. I'll be using coarse cocoa fiber to cushion the cuttings on the mount and to help to maintain moisture levels. Step 1, examine the plants. This is a Vanda Kiki, and the others are dendrobiums. These cuttings, although they're quite small, they're healthy. This phalaenopsis was growing well in a pot until it was attacked by slugs. I'm hoping that by hanging it on a mount, it will be kept out of harm's way. This plant was accidentally exposed to a few hours of sunlight and suffered some severe sunburn. All right. Let's see the condition of the roots. Ooh, I can see lots of dead roots, but luckily there are some healthy ones. You can tell the healthy roots because they are lighter in color and they're firm to the touch. I'll remove as many of the dead roots as I can before mounting the plants. The phalaenopsis roots appear to be in much better condition, and that's good. Step 2, prune and sanitize. I've already cleaned my secateurs and snips and will keep them sanitized throughout the activities with 70% isopropyl alcohol. Actually, it's easier using the snips to get between the roots to remove the dead ones. And once this is all done, I'll sanitize both the roots and the leaves of the plants, and I will continue doing the same process for the other segments. So I'll just speed it up. I've selected which cuttings to place on the various mounts based on the sizes and shapes, and this is the final mock-up. As you can see, I've already prepared the mounts by drilling 4 holes in the midsections for plants. Select the more attractive side as the front of the mount. Thread the cable ties through 2 of the 4 holes. I'm crossing them at the back and pulling the ends out to the front. Position the plant between the cable ties so that both the stem and the roots are resting comfortably on the mount. Cover the roots with damp cocoa fiber. Note that I haven't placed any coconut fiber directly on the mount, as the roots can easily penetrate and cling to the fern bark. And then attach the cable ties. Check that the plant is secured, then cut off the ends of the cable ties. I left this larger mount for last. It looks like a purse, doesn't it? I selected it for the Phalaenopsis, and I'll be hanging it upside down. This is because I plan to place it in the trellis area, which receives rain, and phals do not like water collecting between the leaves and roots. So I'll proceed. Position the plant on the mount. Cover the roots with damp cocoa fiber. You may also use similar organic material such as sphagnum moss or old man's beard, otherwise known as tillandsia. Then proceed to secure the cable ties. Oh, but look, they're not long enough, are they? No problem. I'll just add another cable tie and extend them. And that's the beauty of using cable ties. It's now all snug and ready for hanging. But let's check the back. Oh yes, you can see that it's quite neat. And here they are. After about 1 hour of work, I now have 7 new mounted orchids to hang in my trellis, alongside the other lovely plants. And this is the last one, the phal, that I think I'm going to give a pride of place right here. Next to this Dendrobium lindleyi, which bloomed very nicely for us a few months ago, and we did a video on it. The other orchids are hung closer to the wall in a more protected area. I think I'm going to call this area the Orchid Gallery. This area gets dappled light, and these new orchids are joining some others that have been in here for about a year. And although the plants are exposed to rainfall, there is good airflow. We generally do not experience diseases in this area that are associated with high humidity. The good thing about having them on slabs, elevated, is that it's so easy for you to come and apply water as needed. And what I have in this spray bottle now is the first mild fertilizer solution. I'm starting them off with a 15-30-15 formulation, which is going to promote root growth. And once a week, I'll come through and apply this, not just to these orchids, but some of the others as well. So my job today is done. I finished the hard work showing how to mount these orchids on tree fern slabs. And of course, if you don't have tree fern, you can mount it on any other material that you find. You could see here we've also used old wooden distressed pieces of wood. And if you're using something that does not absorb or maintain the humidity around the roots, it is recommended that you give them a substrate, a media, that can also serve the purpose of supplying the nutrients and supplying the moisture as required. So we've come to the end of the establishment phase, and as I mentioned, I am going to be monitoring how these orchids grow, and will bring you updates in due course. So that's it for this video, and if you like the content, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed already, as I always ask you to do, now is a good time for you to do so. So from the trellis area of our courtyard garden, I am Thelma saying thanks for watching, you take care, and see you in the next video.